when you're dealing with like bureaucracy with municipalities and governments and the city, like it, I'll get political real quick, but I'll try to keep it under wraps. The left is obsessed with regulation and red tape. It's like they love it, right? Oh, you got to get this approval, you got to do this approval, the EPA, this and that. When you do that, all you do is stunt growth in every capacity. There's going to be less building projects. There's less infrastructure that needs to get it's literally everything. Right now, we're working with the city. Just yesterday, we found out that we have to install 7-foot diameter pipes as part of our site plan to prep the building, like underground, right? Because they have not upgraded the infrastructure over time like they should as neighborhoods developed in the area where we're building this thing, right? Where they should have, once it got to a certain size, oh, shoot, the 2-foot pipes are no longer sufficient. We got to put the big pipes in because now we have like 60 acres of neighborhoods feeding into this one thing. And I don't fully understand it, but that's the gist of it. So now that we're building this, you know what I mean? They're saying, oh, well, Born Primitive can swap those pipes out. And we kind of have them by the balls, right? So yeah, you guys can install the 7-foot pipes. Well, guess what? That's going to cost us $800,000 or $900,000, right? We're what? We're 18 months into this process, right? We've paid engineers hundreds of thousands of dollars. We've gone to back and forth. But you have someone as a city official that has the ultimate power to just make you do whatever they think, right? And it from my optic, it seems like they have to say no initially to justify their job, and it's like they want to make it difficult. And it's like, so if builders in Virginia Beach know every time you go to the city you're going to just deal with 2 years of red tape before you can even break ground, guess what that does? Hey, I'm going to go to Chesapeake. I'm going to go to Norfolk. I'm going to go to a place where the people running that approve things quickly and let us grow shit, right? And it's this like obsession with red tape, and then every thing, it takes 6 weeks to get back to you, and like you just throw your hands up, and it's like, guys, why is this such a slow moving machine? And Trump just put this out a couple of days ago that any investment in the United States over $1 billion will basically get fast tracked for an approval. People have no idea what that will do for growth. It's going to be insane, because I bet there's a lot of people that were maybe holding off on projects, particularly during the Biden administration, when it's like every little thing, you got the environmental component in this, you can't drill, even with the oil. You think these oil guys are going to try to set up a drilling opportunity when they know all the freaking shit they're going to have to go through, and then it can get denied at the 11th hour? Well, guess what? Now we stop drilling, you know what I mean? And now you're guessing. So there's downstream effects to just the culture that's set at the top. And just dealing with the bureaucracy has been so frustrating, because it doesn't have to be this way. The engineers on our project have been doing this for 30 plus years, right? This is not that hard. It's a warehouse and an office. And now they're trying to say, at the 11th hour, you need to do that, and it's going to be another $900,000. Okay, so because you guys didn't upgrade your infrastructure, I'm now on the hook for basically $1 million added to my budget on this project, and that's it. There's no recourse. That's it. Final answer, really? But that's it. You know what I mean? So guess what? A guy like me in the future, if I get a bunch of extra money and I want to do another real estate project, I'm probably going to explore other options because of that experience. So guess what? Virginia Beach suffers from that because I go to Chesapeake, right? So the growth and the job opportunities in this city are lessened. See what I'm saying? So all of that shit matters. And I think regular people don't understand that. That's why, like, when Trump gets into office and he basically says, hey, we're going to cut all of this bullshit out, you will see things pick up immediately, because guys like me and guys that are way more like dialed than I am, that have like $1 billion projects, they're immediately going to jump back into the ring because they know this is the time to get shit done. You know what I mean? Because who knows what the next administration is going to be. If it's right back to Democrats, they're going to be right back in the same boat. All right, well, if you want to wait 5 years for an approval, you can try it, but you know what I mean? And you're going to waste millions and millions of dollars doing it, or maybe more. So you see what I'm saying? So that was the biggest lesson learned for me, is like, it's super frustrating when people that likely have never run a business in their life have the final sign off on authority that is so fucking important for your own entrepreneurial success, right? And it's just unreasonable. And it's cost of doing business. I understand that. But there has to be a better way. And if you were to put a business owner in that seat, oh my God, imagine the shit that would get done, because they would totally understand where you're coming from. You know what I mean?
Well, that's my next question is like, do you see, can that obviously at a national level, even the $1 billion thing you said, like that will change things, that changes things very quickly, but then trickle that down to the situation you're in. Is there any, because I'm sure the engineers have to open up at some point of like, is it just like, hey man, it's got to kind of just be this way for these reasons? Or is everyone involved kind of, that's not the actual city, just kind of like, this is fucking brutal? Do you know what I mean? Like, is there hope that like, hey, this could actually be reformed and there could be a way to optimize this the way that a for-profit like company would have to? Is there any hope of that? Or is that bureaucracy just like the way it's going to be?
In my opinion, this is just my opinion, having worked for the government at one point, that's the culture of working for a government or a municipality. There is no incentive to be like a great pipe hitting employee. Again, there's some great ones. There's obviously good in every bunch, but the overall culture, if you could oversimplify it, is laziness, complacency, 2-hour lunch breaks, don't get back to you on email, take forever to get anything done because you can't fire them. Right? Like imagine a job where all right, unless I light this building on fire, I can't get fucking fired. That's basically working for the fucking government. And that's why, you're going to have a shitstorm with Musk and Vivek when they're like, all these federal employees that have been able to work from home for like the last 4 years. And it's guys, COVID's over. Get your asses back to the fucking office. Stop wearing sweatpants and eating Cheetos on your lunch break and get your ass back to work. Right? That's going to get met with incredible resistance because these people are just, they're used to being able to be lazy, right? And there were moments in the military where we were like that because it's like, I can't believe like we had a high tempo. So it was like when we were kind of taking a lull, it was like, I think we earned it. But a lot of regular military people, that was particularly like the staff positions, where it's like, what the fuck do you guys do all day? You'd go down to like supply and be like, I got to get a new fucking bump helmet. And they got like a sign posted, from 11 to 2, we're not here. And it's like, where the fuck are you? I have to get a bump helmet for like a evolution we're doing tonight. And I can't get one. Like you guys are literally supply people. Like where are you? You know what I mean? But they're these civilian contracts. So it's like that whole culture, I hope to God, Vivek and Elon just destroy it. Because you should be able to fire people that aren't good workers. Like why do they have all these unique protections just because they work for the government? If they were here, we would fire their asses in 3 fucking days. You know what I mean? They wouldn't even make it through the first week. You know what I mean? You take a 3-hour lunch break, you go MIA, like, okay, good luck with that. You can go try that. Go work for the U.S. government. They'll love that. You'll be a standout employee over there. See what I'm saying? So that's, I think, why. And I'm overgeneralizing, of course. We've had, with Virginia Beach, the economic development, we've had great interactions with them because that's a different department, and they actually work with companies to give you financial incentives to grow in the city. Yep. And they honestly were awesome. They gave us like a big grant for this. So they did their job of incentivizing, growth in business in Virginia Beach as opposed to Chesapeake and Norfolk, et cetera. But then you get over to the people that actually have to approve like the engineering plan and all that. It's a completely different group. They're not linked. Like economic development can't be like, hey, these guys they're cool. They're with us. Like give them the fast track. It doesn't work like that. Totally different group of people. None of that shit matters. So we got a cool grant for it because it helps the city, property tax, all these things. We're employing, by then it'll probably be 100 people. So they take all of that into account and we want this business to stay here. So that part's been awesome. So you deal with great individuals, but then you try to approve something, and just because people want to say no to literally fucking everything and make it, a complete pain in the ass, you're 2 years in and you're still, now being told you got to add $900,000 to the freaking site plan, right? But what do? You know what I mean? They have you by the balls. What do they think? I'm going to pull the plug on this over $900,000? No, I can't. We're building this thing, right?
That's crazy.
So anyway, because we already sold this building. We got to be out in 2 years. So we're on the clock, man. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense.